Stand in mountain pose. Extend the legs strongly, spread the toes. Reach through your elbows and your fingers, and plug the arms in to your open chest. Balance your head right over your heart, over your tailbone, over the front inner heels. Feel the modulation of your balance constantly, the broadness of your back, the receptivity of your front. Find your center. Notice the breath. This is a pose you're not trying to stick or hold. You're noticing the small undulations around the center, side and side, front and back. Inhale, raise your arms to the outside and up and over your head, palms together. Exhale, swan dive forward, standing forward bend. Bend the legs, slide the chin and the chest forward, jump to push-up pose. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Strong legs. Reach through your waist. Relax your neck. Notice your breath. Bend your legs, jump forward. Exhale, standing forward bend. Inhale, all the way up into a standing back bend, and mountain pose. Breathing. Inhale, raise your arms up over your head as you follow your hands. Exhale, swan dive forward, standing forward bend. Bend your legs, place weight in your hands, jump back, push-up pose. Inhale, upward facing dog, your whole spine opening. Exhale, legs pull you back to downward facing dog. Ground down through your heels. Press your thighs back. Breathe all the way into your pelvic belly. Release the neck, bend the legs, look forward, jump forward, standing forward bend. Inhale, swoop all the way up into mountain pose with a back bend, and exhale, mountain pose. Steady yourself in the center. Notice your breath. Inhale, raise your arms over your head, gazing upward. Exhale, swan dive up and over those strong legs. Bend your legs, slide your chin and your chest forward, jump back, push-up position. Inhale, upward dog, strong legs still. Exhale, downward facing dog. Spread your toes. Press the legs back. Relax the neck and head. Sharpen your elbows. Notice the completion of your exhalation. Jump forward. Exhale, standing forward bend. Inhale, swoop all the way up into a standing back bend. And mountain pose. Find the back body. Find the front of your heels. Gaze easy. Bend the legs, fingertips to the ground. Inhale, powerful pose. Standing back bend and swan dive forward. Standing forward bend. Bend the legs, jump back, push-up position. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, and downward facing dog. Right foot forward between the hands. Inhale, arms over the head, warrior one. Exhale, swan dive forward, push-up position. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, ground your right heel. Inhale, warrior one, gazing up at the hands. Exhale, swan dive forward, push-up position, looking forward. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, and downward dog. Notice your breath. Don't hold your breath. Don't force your breath. Energize the legs. Lift out of your wrist. Bend the legs, jump forward. Exhale, standing forward bend. Bend the legs, inhale, powerful pose. Into a standing back bend and mountain pose. Recenter yourself. Bend the legs, fingertips to the ground. Inhale, chair pose, powerful pose, standing back bend, swan dive forward, standing forward bend. Put weight on the hands, bend the legs, push-up position. Inhale, upward dog, strong legs. Exhale, downward dog. Right foot forward between your hands, plant your left heel. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, look forward. Push-up position, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward, right heel plants. Inhale, warrior one. Sharpen the arms. Swan dive forward. Push-up position. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Notice your breath. Let it run through the body. Let the mind steady itself on the breathing. Bend the legs, jump forward. Exhale, standing forward bend. Bend the legs to powerful pose. Keep going up and straighten the legs to standing back bend and mountain pose. Breathe easy. Last one, bend your legs. Inhale, powerful pose. Standing back bend. Swan dive right over those strong legs. Standing forward bend. Bend the legs. Push-up position. Inhale, upward dog, chin and chest up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Strong back leg. Exhale, swan dive forward. Push-up position. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left foot forward. Ground the right heel. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, swan dive forward. Push-up position. Inhale, upward dog. Gaze over the nose. Exhale, downward dog. Gaze at the legs. Broad back body. Receptive front body. Hands and feet planted firmly. Bend the legs, look forward, jump forward. Exhale, standing forward bend. Bend your legs, inhale, powerful pose. Standing back bend with straight legs and open the arms to mountain pose. Easy breathing. Notice the breath in the back body. Step into the middle of your mat, facing the wide part of your mat. Back into mountain pose. Inhale, raise your arms out to the side and up. Come to volcano pose, palms facing forward. Feel the length of your entire body. Open the arms back, mountain pose. Breathing easy. Lift the head and the chest with the hands on the hip points, feet hips distance apart, and then back to mountain pose. Inhale, raise your arms out to the side, palms facing up. Palms come together, looking up. Reach up through the arms. Chin and chest lifting with the arms, tailbone planting with the heels. Swan dive back to mountain pose. Steady yourself in mountain pose. Walk back to the narrow front of your mat. Mountain pose. Inhale, raise your arms up over the head, following the hands, swan dive forward. Standing forward bend. Bend the legs, jump back, push-up position. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, and downward facing dog. From the tailbone, reach down through the heels. From the tailbone, reach through the fingertips. Feel the length to the waist. Feel the breath. Inhale, right leg comes up, one-legged downward facing dog. Reaching, getting more space in the supporting leg hip as you reach through the lifted leg all the way through the torso down into the fingertips. Easy in the neck. Bring the right leg forward into king pigeon pose. One leg. Breathe. On your fingertips, lengthen the back leg. Open up the chest and the chin. Begin to root the tailbone as you spread the thighs wider from the center. As you press the back toenails down, let that resonate all the way up into the lift of the chest. Utilize the arms to keep the chest broad and lifted. Exhale, release forward, and come back to downward facing dog. Steady yourself on both legs and both arms. Find the full length of your waist. Inhale the left leg up into the air. Keep the rooted right leg opening so that hip is fully open and yet supported. The line between the back leg and the fingertips. Easy breathing. Bring the left leg forward. One-legged king pigeon pose. The front leg pulls into a fold. The back leg reaches long. The chin and the chest lift, and on your fingertips you slowly open the spine. No force in the throat. No force in the pose. The beautiful arc between your back toes and the crown of your head. Release forward, back to downward facing dog. Let the hip opening of the last pose show up here in downward dog. Lengthen the sides of your ribs into the reach of the fingers. Inhale, right leg up into the air. Bend the right leg and turn and look under the right armpit. Keep the right foot active. Come back to a straight leg right leg, recentering the hips, and back to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg up into the air. Bend the left leg and begin to turn. Look under your left arm. Keep the supporting leg strong and yet supple in the hip. Breathe all the way down into those legs. Come back, bringing the hips level. The bent leg straightens, lowers down to downward facing dog. Gaze with your eyes. Listen to the breath. Sharpen your elbows and your knees. No hyperextension, just full length. Roll over to your right foot in your right hand and come to side plank position. Gaze up towards the left hand. Feel the midline between the legs, the tailbone, the spine, the opening of the chest, and return back to downward facing dog. Again, notice the effect of the last pose to your down dog. Come to a plank position. Feel the mountain pose from the legs to the spine. Put weight on your left hand and left foot. Take the right foot behind you and come into the wild thing. Opening the chest. Keep rooting the pelvis down through the legs, feeling like you can lift off that left arm as you go up and over. And then return to downward facing dog. Steady the breath. Come to plank position again. Find your center. Be as light as you can on the wrist. Roll over to your left arm and left foot, right foot behind you and up and over to wild thing on your left side. Let the arms and legs support the opening of the chest. Relax the base of the neck. Easy breathing. Up and over, back to downward facing dog. Easy breathing. Right foot forward between the hands. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, swan dive forward. Push-up position. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, and downward facing dog. Left foot forward. Inhale, warrior one, gazing up at the index finger. Swan dive forward, look forward. Push-up position, upward facing dog, look over the nose. Exhale, downward facing dog, looking at the legs. Steady eyes, steady mind. Listen to the breath. Bend the legs, jump forward, standing forward bend. Inhale, powerful pose. Straighten the legs, standing back bend, and mountain pose. Inhale, raise your arms over your head. Exhale, swan dive forward, standing forward bend. Bend the legs, slide the chin and the chest forward, and push-up position. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Make the outer body strong. Let the inner body be supple and easy. Steady yourselves on both feet and both hands. Find as much symmetry as possible. Can you let your sense organs relax? Your eyes, your ears, your tongue, the skin of your face, your nose. And yet, the legs and the arms work more fiercely. The neck is completely relaxed. The waist is suspended by the height of the pelvis and the reach of the arms. Come down to all fours. Inhale into a back bend. Exhale, cross your shins, sit down in simple cross-legged pose. Left shin in front, fingertips beside your hips. Flex the feet and energize the legs. Cross the right shin in front. Plant down through the legs. Plant down through the thighs where they meet the hips. As you anchor the tailbone down, lengthen the waist. Lean back and come into cobbler's pose. Soles of the feet together, holding on to the feet, lengthen the waist. Fold the legs a little deeper. Broaden the chest. Relax the neck. The inhalation travels down. The exhalation rises up. As the inhalation travels down, relax the brain. As the exhalation travels up, open the heart. The inhalation helps pull the tailbone more into the earth. The exhalation helps open the parachute of the chest. Instead of tugging with your arms, let the arms help you breathe. Feel the arms swimming the breath. Extend the legs to staff pose. Take a strap, make a loop in the strap, and tighten the strap around the middle of your thighs. As you tighten the strap, put the metal buckle between the legs and then press the legs into the strap so the strap holds the legs parallel. Slowly lower down. Adjust the spine and the shoulder blades. Let the arms release to the ground beside the hips. The legs are contained by the strap. And yet from that, the energy moves more easily from the feet to the heart. From that ease, relax the legs. From that ease, release the arms. From that ease, let go of the head and the neck. As your eyes are closed, Observe the easy breathing in your body. At first, when you observe the breath, there will be a tendency to control it. Watch that tendency and see if it's possible to observe the breath without controlling it. And as the mind watches the breath, the mind begins to settle. No judgment. For all of us, the mind will wander. The monkey mind will turn itself on when the body tries to settle down. And you'll feel, what am I going to do about that racing monkey mind? In this case, give it something to do. Body scan the body from the crown of the head to the soles of the feet and just ask, what am I feeling right now? What am I feeling at the top of my head? How does my head feel resting on the ground? Is there any binding of the skin and muscles of my forehead? You don't even need to change anything, even when you find asymmetry or tension. Just continue to notice. No need to fix or do. Notice the space between your eyebrows. Feel the bridge of your nose. Feel the skin on your cheeks. Notice the moisture on your lips. Feel the state of your jaw. Is it binding? Is it tight? Is it loose? Notice the neck muscles. Feel the weight of the arms, the broadness of the back of your heart. Notice the belly as it rises and falls. Notice the placement of your hips on the ground and the strap that's keeping the legs parallel. Notice the weight of the legs. What's the feeling inside your feet? What's the feeling of your legs? What is the feeling in your belly? Any feeling in the chest? And then right now, as a whole entire being, what do you feel? And then ask yourself the question, who is feeling? Who is aware of the feelings? You have the sky, and you have clouds that are moving through the sky. Very slowly bend the legs. Roll over to your right side. Utilize your arms to sit up in a simple cross leg. Hands come together over the chest, palms together. Namaste.